Hi, everyone. This is Lisa Long with lisalong.com, Enlightened Life Entertainment, and Enlightened Life Academy, and a few other websites. I came on today to talk to you guys about energy alignment and flowing forward. Flowing forward becomes so much easier when you understand how the universe works and how your mind creates reality. But if you don't quite have the basic concepts, then you can get tricked by the subconscious stuff that floats around Earth. There's group mind fields, mind and mind fields around the Earth. And that stuff can pull you down. And a lot of what it does is it tries to get your attention. And if you're kind of unconscious and don't feel the difference within you, where your level starts dropping, then you kind of get swept up in the current of that level of energy. And so you're flowing, but you're not necessarily flowing forward to what you want. You're flowing forward to whatever group agreements that you got into unconsciously most of the time, sometimes consciously. So if there's a lot of tricks and traps on Earth too. So there's things that you'll think, well, these are just my friends and I want to get into this energy with them and I agree with them on this stuff and everything. But if you look at, okay, where does that take you? Does that take you toward what you're creating? Does that take you toward what you really want? Or does that take you off in a direction that doesn't feel so good? And when you're not as sensitive as you are on a higher level, and we all move up and down all the time, every day, and sometimes hundreds of times a day. But when you're in a lower level place, sometimes you're not as sensitive to things that are moving you in a direction that doesn't work for you in the long run. In the short term, it might be fun. But in the long run, if you get in the group agreement about it, like politics or anything like that, if you get into group agreement with politics or even religions, it depends. If you get into group agreement that we're all loving and we love each other, that's a good group agreement because it puts you in a more of a neutral place. But it doesn't mean everybody's loving. It means everybody's basic core is love. But if you get into everybody's loving, you can actually put a field up and not see the truth. So the idea is, I know that everybody's core is loving, but I'm following my guidance about what feels right for me with other people and what feels right with me to participate in. And the same thing is with politics. If you get into us versus them, it puts you in duality, and it's a game that splits people apart. And we're all one being. We're all moving forward together. So anything that splits you into something that doesn't serve you on some level, and everything does, if you get caught up in it, it does ultimately serve you on some level, because then you understand, oh, how did I get here? Oh, I did focus on that for a while and that dropped my level. Now I'm over here and it kind of sucks. So you keep learning. Every day we're learning and expanding our minds and moving toward more of what we prefer. But I wanted to talk to you today about energy alignment and feeling that in your body, and feeling that if you are thinking something and all at once you feel a little off center, you're out of alignment. And a lot of people can't feel the nuances of that. There's a nuance to it. So the idea is, the more you start looking at the nuances and feeling them, the more you become conscious of those nuances. And the more you become conscious of those nuances, the more you become conscious of more nuances like them. and you'll start hearing your guides easier, and you'll start feeling things come up in your body. And what I teach my students is, don't own any of it. If you don't want it and you don't want to keep it, don't own it. Just deny it. It's like when you give something to Goodwill, it's gone. You no longer own it. You don't have to keep going back there and saying, oh, but that coat I had, oh, but that coat I had. No, you gave it away. It's done. So give everything that you don't want to the goodwill of the universe. And one of the things I also teach my students for healing, and I have an Enlightened Life Academy if you're interested, is, hi, Victoria. In Enlightened Life Academy and everything, whenever you feel a pain or an energy in your body, if you're feeling it, it's energy moving. It's when it's dense and the energy's not flowing that it's not as good. It's better when you feel it. So if the energy's starting to flow, you'll start to feel it. And sometimes that translates as pain. And when the pain is flowing, just say, oh, the energy is clearing, because it is. And even if it's not painful, just go, oh, the energy's clearing, because it is. Because it has to follow your intention. So it's leaving, it's clearing, it's getting better. This is going to be easy for me. My body knows what to do. Remember when you were a teenager, it's like you could like scrape something or whatever, or even younger, and it'd be healed in like 24 hours. It's amazing how our bodies can just heal anything amazingly quick and with little effort. Oh, thanks. Hi, Victoria. But it does. There was when we were younger, we were more sensitive. It like hurt more. I remember that. It's like little babies and stuff, just little things make them go, ah. But their bodies just fix it really quick. And you can have that again in your body if you know you can, if you don't judge things. So, one of the things too, to get your energy into alignment, is your higher self loves you unconditionally, totally adores you. And so, and that is you. You are your higher self, but we have our human personality too. So the idea is, whenever you can adore yourself, like look in the mirror and find something you like about yourself. A lot of us have been trained with, oh, I'm too fat, or oh, I'm too thin, or oh, I'm too old, or oh, I'm too young, or I want my hair a different color, or whatever, right? And that stuff all, it's judgment. It changes you. Now, if you want your hair a different color, make it a different color and enjoy it. It's fine. But the best thing for energy alignment, that's fine too, but is to find something you like about yourself. So if you don't like your hair, but you like your hands, talk about how nice you like your hands. I have great hands. I have long fingers. My hands work great. Or if you like your hair, talk about your hair. Or if you like your shoulders, talk about your shoulder, whatever it is. Enjoy whatever you can, and it'll shift that energy in your whole body. It really does. And so that kids really, it would really help kids if they knew this. I remember when I was young, I have bigger feet. They're like 8.5, 9 for a woman. And I was so embarrassed when I was young about, oh, I have big feet. But I turned that around. I reframed it because I was also a swimmer and I knew I could swim really fast. So, and then my feet are great. They don't bother me at all. But it was just something at that age that bothered me, and I was judged for. So the idea is, take anything that you're judging yourself for and reframe it as best you can to something positive to move you forward. So that's what I wanted to tell you today, because anytime you can reframe it toward the positive, or at least not negative, it's energy alignment and it flows you. So, Love you all. Take care. You're all on a journey. We're all doing really good. We're here. We're doing good. You're here. You're doing good. So be nice and happy to yourself. Blessings. I'll put the link for my academy below if you're interested. Aloha.